Good morning. Morning, Sean, Aiden, Mike. Happy Saturday. Awab, Reggie. Oh, I'm so excited to move my body. Miles, Teresa, Crystal, good morning. Daniel. I'm very much feeling that need to move my body after being on a flight, you know. We got in pretty late last night. I'm just excited. I'm just excited to get the blood flowing. Morning, Darren, Matthew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a 45-minute full body strength workout. So you are going to need a set of dumbbells for this workout. If you have more than one set of dumbbells, that is great, but one set will do just fine. Today's goal is to really focus on isolating our muscle movements. We're not trying to get our heart rate super high. We're trying to work through these movements, have 100% quality form throughout, and have a really good sweat in this 45-minute period. I want to jump right into technique today. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of 8 minutes on, 4 minutes off. If you miss any of the exercises that we are doing or that I describe, I put this workout in the description of the video, so you can always check back there if you get lost. So 3 rounds, 8 minutes on, 4 minutes off. We are going to be starting with some bicep curls. So I have 2 different sets of weights today. I have a set of 25s and a set of 50s. I'm going to be using the lighter set for the bicep curls today. I'm going to pick up my dumbbells, roll my shoulders down and back, make sure that my knees are nice and loose. And I want to keep my elbows close to my side as I rotate those dumbbells up and come back down to neutral. That's 1. Trying not to use any kind of like swing to get those dumbbells up. We're going to be doing 10 reps here. Now, when we get to round 3, do I expect the 10 bicep curls to still be easy? Absolutely not. 10 is a big number to be doing for bicep curls, especially when we're controlling them as much as I want you to control them. So if you have to split them up, do 6, set them down, shake them out, and then do another 4. That's totally fine today. Okay? Movement number 2, we have plank extensions. So let's move these out of the way. You are going to be in a forearm plank position. Butt is down. And from here, I want you to press up, all the while keeping your elbows close to your body. I don't want them to be going out to the side, right? And then control the way back down. And up, control the way back down. If that is not happening today, you're going to be doing 10 plank up downs, right? So you're going to be in your forearm plank position. You're going to go up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. After the plank extensions, we're going to go into some Romanian deadlifts. And this is where my heavier weights are going to come in today. I'm going to grab those weights. And our number 1 priority when we are doing these Romanian deadlifts is to focus on picking the weight up and setting the weight down. When we do Romanian deadlifts, it's hardly ever going to be the actual movement that leads to injury. It's always going to be picking the weight up without having a nice tight back and then setting the weight down with our back rounded, right? So those are our absolute number 1 priorities when we are doing these Romanian deadlifts. We're going to find the bottom of our good morning position, make sure our back is nice and tight, bend our knees until we can grab onto those dumbbells. Make sure your back is super tight, and we'll stand them up. This is the starting position of our Romanian deadlift. You'll notice my feet are directly underneath my hips. I'm going to soften my knees, send my hips back, hinge at the hips, make sure my back is staying nice and tight, and stand. That's 1 rep. From the side, soften the knees, send the hips back. See how my lower back is staying nice and tight? I don't want to see any rounding here, right? Super important that we're only going as low as we can go while keeping our lower back nice and tight. And then when we are done with this movement, we're going to do another rep and then bend our knees until we can set those dumbbells onto the ground safely, okay? I don't want to see this to set them down, right? I don't want to see our back rounding to set down those weights. Once we finish those Romanian deadlifts, you're going to do 10 of them. We're going to be sitting down, grabbing our other set of weights. We're going to go into 10 Z presses. So, Z presses, if you've done Lightning Fitness Program, you know what these are because we love a Z press. Your legs are going to be out completely straight, and I know I'll get the question, can my legs be bent? And no, you cannot, right? The goal of this movement is to really focus on trying to sit up as tall as possible, and if our knees are bent, it takes part of that movement away, right? So, legs are straight. Bring those dumbbells up to your shoulders. You're going to press up, making sure those elbows are staying in toward your body, not out toward the side, right? So keep those elbows in, press up. All the while making sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. We don't want to lean back. We don't want to let those weights pull us backward, okay? You'll set those weights aside. After those Z presses, you'll go into some hollow rocks. So we're going to find boat pose. Go back into our hollow position. Make sure our lower back is pressing into the ground. We're going to rock. 1, 2, 3. You're going to be doing 10 of those. If that is not happening, we're going to be doing boat rocks. So you're going to start in that same position. You're going to find boat pose. You're going to lean back, come back up to boat pose. Requires a lot of core strength. Make sure you're keeping your core nice and tight. Make sure that we're not holding onto our knees in that movement. So find boat pose, let go of your knees, roll back, squeeze your core to come back up to neutral. That's 1, 2. We're going to be doing 10 of those. And then finally, our 6th movement is going to be a wall sit, which we've done before, right? You're going to be making a 90-degree angle with your legs. Think about driving your knees out over your toes, just like you're doing a squat. Femurs are parallel to the ground, driving through the heels, and just breathing for a minute, okay? So, just to recap one more time, 10 bicep curls, 10 plank extensions or plank up downs, 10 Romanian deadlifts, 10 Z presses on the floor, 10 hollow rocks or boat rocks, and then a 1-minute wall sit. Okay, we are going to get started in about 1 minute. So grab some water, make sure you have your weights available. Like I said, this workout is all about strength. It's not about, getting a super high heart rate and you having to maneuver around your weights. That's fine. That can be your rest time, is moving your weights out of the way and stuff like that, okay? 3 rounds of 8 minutes on, 4 minutes off. Going in 40 seconds. Going in 10. Let's grab our dumbbells for our bicep curls. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, you don't have to stay with me. Just stay nice and controlled. Ten bicep curls. Into 10 plank extensions. Make sure that butt is low to start. Whew, those are tough. Going into my Romanian deadlifts. Again, making sure I'm keeping my back nice and tight as I pick these weights up and set them back down. That's 10 for me. Into my Z presses. Sit up nice and tall. Y'all, I'm already sweating. Going into those hollow rocks or boat rocks. And then finally, the wall sit. Again, it's not about moving fast through this workout. It's about having intention, being deliberate about every movement. I have 30 seconds left. Make sure those knees are tracking out over your toes. We don't want them to be caving inward, right? 15. Try and get 2 inches lower. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, starting over with those bicep curls. Wow, y'all are really loving the shirt today. Make sure the shoulders are down and back. We've got just about 2 minutes to go. Y'all are killing it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep your back nice and tight when you're picking up these dumbbells. And then when you're setting them down, same thing. Keep your back really nice and tight. "15 seconds. And rest. Okay, I got 3 Z presses. That is where I am picking up in the next set. That was 1 down, 2 to go. Grab some water. Just a little bit of water. We don't want a stomach ache. And then stand up for me. These 4 minutes are going to go by fast, I promise. So let me know in the chat, what is your favorite movement and least favorite movement so far? I want to know. How's it going? Three more minutes of rest. Yeah, the Z presses are great. I love that they really isolate your shoulders. You're not allowed to use any kind of momentum from the rest of your body. It's great. I really love them. Okay, how much do you bend your legs in a Romanian deadlift? A really, really good question. Okay, so just watch me really quick. We want to soften our knees, and from here, that's as much knee bend as we want. From here, we want it to all be hip hinge. So that means that you may only go down this far, and that's fine, right? If you're super flexible, you may be able to go down a little bit further, right? But it's all about thinking about softening the knees and then not bending them anymore from there. Hinging at the hips, sending those hips back, keeping your knees exactly the way that they were, and then standing back up, okay? Yep, Z press is also super hard to keep that back straight. Just do your best. This is not, you don't need to have perfection in that straight back. Luckily, as opposed to the Romanian deadlift, where keeping a straight back is imperative so that we don't injure ourselves, it's not as imperative for the Z press. It's more of just kind of what we're aiming for. But because we're not really loading our back in that Z press, it's not dangerous if we're not in a completely straight back. I will get a question all the time about people saying, can I do the Z press against a wall? And that kind of takes a lot of the difficulties of the Z press away. So I would definitely not suggest that. I'd suggest if you're having a lot of problems with the Z press, either go down in weight or go to no weight at all and just really focus on sitting up nice and tall. You can grab books, 2 water bottles. Just focus on keeping that chest up, keeping your back nice and tight and pressing up. For the wall sit, does your back need to touch the wall? It's totally up to you. I actually keep I keep a neutral spine in my wall sit. So, you have a little bit of an arch in your back in a neutral position. And that's what I like to keep in that wall sit. So kind of the same position that I have like in a squat, that's what I'm doing for a wall sit as well. Okay, y'all, we are picking it back up in 10 seconds. I'm starting with my 7 Z presses. That went by so quickly. Going in 2, 1, here we go. Going into my hollow rocks. And then going into my wall sit. Here I go. I'm driving through my heels, keep my knees out. Tips for keeping your lower back on the floor in a hollow rock. So my number 1 tip is that if that isn't happening, it just means that we need to build up our core strength a little bit more. So doing those boat rocks until you feel totally comfortable, that's great. But if you're feeling really comfortable with the boat rocks, let's start in those hollow rocks by having your hands down to your side. That will allow you a little bit more leverage to push your lower back into the floor. And if you're only able to do it for a few reps, only do a few reps today. We can practice that movement a little bit. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Going back into my bicep curls. Roll the shoulders down and back, puff out your chest. My butt always wants to come up on these plank extensions, so really try and focus on getting that butt down. Whew, I'm feeling this. Make sure we're finding full lockout at the top for the Z presses. No bent elbows. So Evan, having your arms down here, that can be a little bit helpful. I'm going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Breathe. Five, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We have less than a minute left of this round. Let's finish out strong. "15 seconds. And rest. Whew. 4 minutes of rest. We have one more round. Let me know how this round is going. Whew. So I'll be picking up with 7 plank extensions. We just have one round to go. Any questions? What's going on? Talk to me. Alexander, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. For plank extensions, if our forearms aren't fully reaching the floor, should we switch to up downs? I think yes. I don't know exactly. If you're saying like you're able to do kind of like here to here, I would say go to plank up downs. And Awab, if your elbows are hurting from the plank extensions, also go to plank up downs. For the wall sit, if your knees are hurting, I would focus on, it's not going to be the same for everyone. So we say that it should be about a 90-degree angle with your leg, but focus on trying to keep your feet a little bit further out or a little bit further in and see what positioning makes it so that you don't have any joint pain. I used to do gymnastics at the Heart of the Valley YMCA in Appleton, Wisconsin. About 90 more seconds of rest. What is my go-to workout playlist? So I can always work out to Dua Lipa or Lizzo, like always, but I also have 2 workout playlists in the description of this video. I have a pop playlist and a Broadway playlist. And I haven't updated them in a couple weeks, but I will update the pop playlist because, you know, we have to add some Olivia Rodrigo songs. But yeah, my go-tos are definitely Dua and Lizzo for sure. And of course, like Demi and Ariana too. Okay, we are starting our third and final round in about 30 seconds. Grab one last sip of water. We just have 8 more minutes of work. We are so close. Cynthia. I just had a little bit of a lisp there, close. Okay, I'm starting with my 7 plank extensions in 10 seconds. Let's finish this off strong. It feels so good to move my body with y'all this morning. Thank you. Here we go. Into the Z press for me. Whew, those Romanian deadlifts are tough. So if you've done a workout with me before, you'll hear me talking about happy sweat. And Evan just brought up the happy sweats. And that comes from, there's research that shows that sweat when you are happy, when you're joyful, you know, in movement or, you know, from dancing and really enjoying it, anything like that, smells differently. It's so wild than unhappy sweat. So we're all about happy sweats here. Go in my wall sit in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. There's also something called group sweat or collective sweat, where your sweat in a group setting will smell similar to those around you because you're all in that like collective group sweat together. It's kind of gross to think about, but also kind of cool. And we're having that collective setting the best that we can during COVID, you know? So 20 seconds. Ten. 3, 2, 1. Okay, going back in my bicep curls. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I forget how much time we have left. Let me try and do some math really quick. I think we have 3 minutes left, but I was not a math major in college, let me tell you. Minute 20 to go. We're gonna finish off this round anyway. We have 30 seconds, but we're gonna do the hollow rocks and the wall sit. Okay, so even if you are done, we are starting that wall sit. I'll all together in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. This is our collective group sweat. If you want to listen to the podcast about that, I'll send me a DM and I'll message you the link. 45 seconds. This is it. Then we are done for today. Halfway. Smile through it. Breathe. I also have a client who's a psychologist, and she says that there's research that shouting expletives when you're working out actually makes it easier, and it makes you be able to hold the movement longer. So if you need to do that, I totally understand. Resting in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, such good work today. Y'all absolutely killed that. I hope you enjoyed this strength workout. Let me know in the comments of this workout what you thought. If you like this style of workout, if you like, a little bit more HIIT workout, or if you liked the strength, let me know. And if you liked this kind of workout and you haven't checked out Lightning Fitness Program, which is my online training program, definitely go to the link in the description of this video. Check it out. You can do a 7-day free trial to see if it's right for you. And I will see you next time. We have our book club chat with Robbie Couch, who's the author of The Sky Blues, which was our month of May book club book. It was so lovely, and I hope that you'll join us. That is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be chatting with Robbie on YouTube Live, so right here. And you'll be able to ask any questions, and I'll answer them. I find it so interesting. This was the first book, this is crazy to say, but first book I've ever read with a trans character in it, so I'm really excited to talk to him about that. Really excited to talk to him about writing young adult books that are specifically for these young adults going through some really hard times. Definitely stop by 7 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able, there's already a video or like an event on my channel. So just go to my channel, check it out. Otherwise, I will see you next week for our live workout. Thanks for working out, y'all. Bye.